Welcome to Time to Win podcast. It's not just a podcast. It's the official personal growth locker room of life where champions just like you gather to cultivate their courage, create a life-changing game plan of success, and celebrate their wins. I'm RJ Jackson, your personal growth coach and host, and I'm committed to seeing you win. As a professional speaker and growth coach for over 3 decades, I've worked with and inspired thousands to grow their greatness and transform their setbacks into a comeback. And now it's your turn. It's time to win. So if you're ready, grab something to take notes with. We're about to dive in. Let's go. Fight, win. All right. Hello, beautiful, and welcome. Welcome to the Locker Room of Life here on Time to Win podcast. I am RJ Jackson. I'm your host for today and every day. And I want you to know that as an international speaker, coach, and personal growth specialist, I am super honored that we get to journey together. My goal is to always leave you better than the way that we first connected. Better emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. I just absolutely love that I get to. Yes, girl, I get to. I don't have to. I get to have real conversations about real topics that women just like you face on a daily basis. Now, most of those topics are like, shh, hush, hush, shh, like we don't want to talk about it. Mainly because they're like topics that produce shame and guilt and fear and doubt, worry. But listen, I'm here to take you from being weary to winning. You don't have to be worn out, emotionally exhausted, running all over the place and seemingly accomplishing nothing while yearning for life to be better. You, my friend, were born to win. And we're going to help you do that right here in the Locker Room of Life. We have strategies for you to help you be better and do better. So as we get into it today, I want you to know you belong here. Now, our theme for the month of February is boundaries, balance, and belonging. But that's our theme for February. You always belong here. And it's our goal to make it a safe place for you. You don't have to hide here. And mainly because I'm not judging you. I know the feeling. I know what it's like to live under shame and guilt and be afraid and doubt your worth. And that's why I decided I personally don't want to live under those labels anymore. I've been there. I've done that. And I've decided I am not living under those labels anymore. And not only have I decided I'm not going to do it, I have had the opportunity to show hundreds of women the way out so that they can live a happier and healthier life. Now, today could be your day to be happier and healthier if you're willing to listen and then take action. Because it's not about what you hear, my friend. It's really about what you do, especially if you are struggling with loving yourself first or if you're single. Today's topic was created with you in mind. We're going to be discussing a topic that's really near and dear to many women's heart. It's about being single on Valentine's Day. Now, it's coming up, but for some reason, as single women, the spirits are going low. But we want to boost your confidence, remind you of your awesomeness, and help you understand that you are good enough as you are, single and all. Now, whether you're in your 40s, 50s, 60s, or beyond, the pressure of society can make Valentine's Day seem overwhelming, especially if you're single. But have no fear. Stick around, my dear, because it doesn't have to be that way for you. In today's episode, we're going to explore ways to be unapologetically single, independently happy, and single and unstoppable. But first, I want you to know that today's episode is brought to you by The Cure for Women at thecureforwomen.com. It's where women heal, grow, and belong. And today we want to invite you to become a VIP Cure Queen. You can visit thecureforwomen.com. That's thecureforwomen.com and become a VIP Cure Queen today. They're waiting to get underneath you and lift you up. But for now, let's get into loving yourself first. The key to being unapologetically single. Oh, by the way, don't forget, grab a piece of paper and a pen because you're gonna wanna take notes. Now, as of 2022, the Pew Research Center shows that 19% of women ages 30 to 40 are single, and 29% of women 50 to 64 are single, while, get this, 49% of women over 65 are considered unpartnered. In other words, they're single. Now, if you think those numbers are high, hold on to your horses, because research also shows that these numbers are expected to increase by 1.25% by 2030. And currently, there are over 37 million. 37 million. Yes, you heard me correctly. 37 million single person-led households. I was in that count. My children are now grown, but I was a single mom. Now, I bet you're probably wondering, like, why is it that so many women, especially women over 40, might be single? Well, the truth of the matter is, there's a lot of reasons. But today we're going to talk about some of those reasons. We're going to share with you some tips on how to get through the day with joy as a single woman. And we're going to provide some suggestions on things you can do if you're feeling lonely. We're also going to discuss the upside of being single and how to prepare for your mate. Let's start with some reasons of why women over 40 might be single today. Now, as I said before, there are a variety of reasons why women over 40 might be single. It could be that they haven't met the right person yet, they're willing to wait, or that they're choosing to focus on their career or personal growth. And some women may have gone through a divorce or a difficult breakup, and they're taking time to heal and regroup. They're in no hurry to jump back into a relationship. Or maybe it could be that they're waiting for God's timing, and they want to make sure that they're with the right person before committing to a relationship. Whatever the reason, it's important to remember that being single, it is not a flaw. It is not a failure. It is a choice. Have you chosen to be single today? What's your reason? Because whatever reason you have the right to have that reason. It's funny that we have the right to have that, to pick that reason, but at the same time, man, society is all over us. Single women especially, like, when are you going to get married? When are you going to get married, right? You have the right to choose to be single and satisfied. So let's talk about the upside of being single and what you can do with your time while you're waiting on your mate or while you're choosing to remain alone. Being single can be a time of self-discovery and personal growth. You can have the freedom to pursue your passion and your interests without having to compromise or consider someone else's feelings. It's time to focus on yourself. It's an opportunity to work on becoming the best version of yourself. When you're single, you have time to get ready for a relationship. And when you're ready for a relationship, you'll be in a better position to attract the right person. While there is an upside, there is a hurting side as well. And for many women, it hurts to be single. And why is it? Why is it that it hurts so much to be single? Well, there's really not one definite answer of why it hurts so much, especially for women over 40 to be single. Everyone's experience is different and their circumstances are unique. However, there are some possible reasons that I'd like to share with you today, and perhaps you can see if one of them applies to you. All right, let's talk about the first reason why it might hurt so much for women to be single. Number one, society's expectations. There is this expectation that if you're a woman, you're smart, you're beautiful, you're this and you're that, you're single, that you should be in a relationship. And some people even deem being in a relationship a marker of success. Like, what? I know a whole lot of people who are in relationships and who are miserable. I don't know. Don't you? Unfortunately, when society have these expectations of women, it leads to feelings of inadequacy and a sense of like, well, there must be something wrong with me if I'm still single. And this is far from the truth. Another reason why it might hurt so much for women to be single is this fear of being alone, especially for women over 40. As we age, we face the loss of friends and family members, and this can really heighten the feeling of loneliness and the fear of being alone. And this can make being single even more difficult and more emotional. Nobody likes to be alone. And the third possible reason why it might hurt so much to be single is feeling like there's a lack of options. Like, the sea is drying up. The dating pool is shrinking. And especially as we get older, we really feel like, I don't have many choices, right? And it may become difficult to meet new partners. Like, you're not hanging out as much as you used to hang out when you were younger. So you're home alone a lot, and it makes it difficult to find a new mate. And this can also lead to feelings of frustration and sadness. And it may seem like finding love is just like unrealistic. Well, my friend, there's still hope. And it's never too late. I mean, seriously, you really could still be in the grocery store and Mr. Right find you. Because, the Bible says a man that finds a wife finds a good thing. If you find yourself hurting while being single, I want you to know that there is help and there is hope. As you wait, love yourself first. And when you do, everything else will fall into place. Never allow your pain to cause you to settle. Never settle. Never settle. Never settle for anyone that doesn't treat you like that magnificent, powerful, beautiful, deserving human being that you are. Listen, you are worth waiting for. So promise yourself that you are worth being single and unstoppable. That you can live independently happy and unapologetically single. Love yourself first. So you're probably thinking, yeah, RJ, how do you do it? How do you do it? How do you get through the day with joy? Not just Valentine's Day, but every day. Oh, that's a great question. And I'm so happy you asked. While it's true, Valentine's Day can be a difficult day, especially for single women, it doesn't have to be. Instead of dwelling on what you don't have, not just on Valentine's Day, but every day, focus on what you have. Look at your friends, your family, and your personal accomplishments. Treat yourself. Don't wait for somebody to buy you flowers one certain day of the year. Go buy yourself some flowers. You have to go far. You just get in your car and drive down the street. Stop and buy yourself some. You're worth it. If it make you feel good and do good, don't be waiting for somebody else to do it. Love yourself first. Treat yourself to something special. Do a spa day. Have a fancy dinner. Plan a fun night out with your friends. Surround yourself with positive and supportive people who love and appreciate you for who you are. What are some other things you can focus on? Well, first and foremost, other people. Volunteer. Go to a local organization. Take a class. Join a group. Start a new hobby or activity. Spend the day with people because people matter. Or you know what? If you want to spend the day alone, you could do that too. Curl up with a good book. Watch a good movie. Do something, anything that brings you joy and fulfillment. Why focus on the pain when pleasure is on the menu? All right, let's talk about what to do with your time while you're waiting for your mate to find you. If you're waiting, because you might not be, you might literally just be content. But if you are looking for a mate, if you are wanting a mate, I just want you to know there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. I just want to encourage you to wait. And while you're waiting on your mate, use this time to focus on yourself and your personal growth. Like read some books, take some classes, travel, go to new places. Focus on developing your relationship with God and building a stronger foundation for your future relationship. The right person will come into your life when the time is right. And the time will be right when you're ready. So let me share a story with you about one of my clients. I have adopted the name Constant Joy because that's what I want you to have, my friends. So when I talk about my clients, they're all going to be named Constant Joy. So it's not the same person. It is just the name I choose to use to protect the identity of my clients. After all, I really do believe in confidentiality. All right, so here's a story about Constant Joy. Constant Joy was a woman who was single for many years. And despite the pressure of society, she remained focused on her personal growth. And she concentrated on her relationship with God. She worked on becoming the best version of herself. And as a result, she attracted the right person in her life. Now, she and her husband have been happily married for 5 years. I want to encourage you, my friend, to wait. Wait on God and then wait on your mate. Really, it's about a mindset. It's about how you see being single. I just want you to know that being single doesn't mean you're weak. It actually means that you're strong enough to wait for what you deserve. So I want to leave you with 3 strong strategies to consider implementing into your life on a day-to-day basis so that you can be single and unstoppable, independently happy, and unapologetically single. All right, let's talk about single and stoppable. So, what are some of the things you can do to be single and unstoppable? We've talked about them before, but I just want to make sure they're sinking in. Number 1, focus on your personal growth and set goals for yourself. Surround yourself with supportive friends and family and embrace new experiences. And don't be afraid to take calculated risk. Because when you take calculated risk, you go do things you would not normally do outside of your comfort zone. And this is a way you can connect with people you would not have met before. All right, don't forget how important it is to love yourself first. Prioritize self-care. Engage in activities that make you feel good. Practice that positive talk and focus on your strength. And again, surround yourself with people who love and respect you. All right, number 2, let's talk about being independently happy and how we can do that. Do the things that bring you joy. Cultivate hobbies and interests that are meaningful to you. And I can't say it enough, surround yourself with positive people who will support your happiness. And listen, my friend, you can be unapologetically single. Embrace your single status. Enjoy your own company. Focus on building strong relationship with people you're already in relationship with. And don't feel pressure to conform to society's expectations and what may be considered the norm. Yes, being single on Valentine's Day can be a challenge, but it also can be an opportunity for self-discovery and personal growth. The most powerful relationship you will ever have is the relationship with yourself. You, as much as anyone in the entire universe, deserve love and affection. All right, my friend, I want to leave you with this one thought. When you're single, decide to be free and fulfilled in your singleness. Live life on your own terms, and don't be afraid of what other people will think. Pursue your passions. Make time for the things that bring you joy. And cultivate a positive mindset and focus on the good things in your life. You are worthy of love. So love yourself and love yourself first, and everything else will fall into place. I want to wish you, as it's coming up, a happy Valentine's Day and a happy day every day. Decide today that you will be single and unstoppable. I know I am. I get up in the morning and I look in the mirror and I say, I like me. Matter of fact, I love me. I already know I'm good enough and I'm worthy of love. So I have decided to love myself first. It's your turn, my friend. Instead of looking out, go ahead. Find the courage to look within and love yourself first. All right. Well, I'm not tired, but my time has expired and I gotta let you go. But just before I do, I want you to know that you are the most valuable part of the Time to Win podcast, and I am honored to spend this time with you. Don't forget, it's time to admit where you are when it comes to loving yourself first. We'll see you again next week, right here in the locker room of life. And remember, love yourself first, my friend. And happy Valentine's Day. Treat yourself to a beautiful day. Bye for now. Thank you for listening to Time to Win. I recognize that you appreciate the value provided in today's episode, and for your gratitude, I'm giving you a Time to Win VIP listener badge. So head on over to timetowinpodcast.com. That's timetowinpodcast.com and claim your badge and gain immediate VIP access to more of our next level resources and opportunities, including the Cure Circle and the Cure Retreat. Because you've enjoyed today's session, you can also express your gratitude by rating, reviewing, and returning next week with a friend. Oh, by the way, be sure to screenshot today's episode and share it in your Instagram and Facebook story or on your favorite social media platform. We'll look forward to seeing you again next week in the locker room of life, here on Time to Win. And remember, the best time to win is now.